on the dribble. It's going to be James. Here it is. James under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Oh, flush! Good night, Cleveland. That is for you.
What's going on? This is Anthony Pesta for RotoDen.com, and today I'm going to break down the Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Coming into this series, I would say the Cavaliers are heavy favorites, seeing as how LeBron James is just on a tear lately, and the Celtics are dealing with a lot of injuries. With that being said, the Celtics have been dealing with injuries the entire playoffs and really most of the season. So this is nothing new for them, and they've been shocking people since the beginning of the playoffs. I don't think anybody really expected them to beat Philadelphia, and I know nobody expected them to beat Philadelphia in 5 games the way they did. So before I get into this, I do want to say I am a Cavs fan. I grew up in Cleveland. I've rooted for them my whole life, so I do have a personal bias towards the Cavaliers. But I'm going to do my best to just have an honest opinion on what I think will happen in this series and keep my own bias out of the way. So to start it off, I will say my pick for this series is I do think the Cavaliers will win in 5 or 6 games, and it all depends on how Kevin Love plays. When you look at Boston, the reason they've been winning all these games in the playoffs is because their supporting cast has been so great and all their role players have stepped up big time. Because of that, I think the Celtics have a lot of similarities to the Indiana Pacers, and I think this series is going to look a lot like the first round between the Cavaliers and the Indiana Pacers. Indiana was more of an all-around team with Victor Oladipo leading the charge, and it was because Indiana's supporting players completely outplayed the Cavaliers' supporting players, and it made LeBron have to do everything on his own. He had to completely carry the team single-handedly and win that series himself. I think this Boston series will be really similar to what happened with Indiana, but like I said, I do think Kevin Love will be the X factor here. He played so much better in the Toronto series than he did in the first round. I think that'll be the boost in confidence that Kevin Love needs in order to get back to playing as an all-star. So to me, I think if Kevin Love averages anywhere between 15 to 20 points per game, the Cavaliers should win this series in 5. We all know LeBron's going to be big time. He's going to put up the numbers he's been putting up all season. And we know Boston's going to do everything they can to make somebody besides LeBron beat them. So really it's going to come down to how the Cavaliers role players are able to play and if they're able to keep up with the way Boston plays. I mean, if they're going to be able to hit timely shots when the team needs them to. J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver are going to be huge in this series. If they hit their shots, it should be a wrap for Boston. Cleveland should easily advance to the finals, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. I do think there's going to be games, specifically when Boston is at home, where their role players just completely outplay the Cavaliers. I do think Kevin Love will struggle at certain points in this series, but I'm hoping that he will have a series closer to the one he had with Toronto than the one against Indiana. And even if the Cavaliers don't get any help from anybody outside of LeBron, it's still really hard to pick against LeBron because we've all seen that he can single-handedly beat a team. He did it already once this year. And I don't think Boston has the firepower to keep up with LeBron. I do think they'll make it competitive. They'll put up a great fight, but I don't think they have enough to stop LeBron and the Cavs.